Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Dice Cast. I am Russell, and with me I have.
Fishman.
When last we left off, Aquans and Jonas had decided to take part in the Guild Crest tournament, a fighting tournament in which three teams of adventurers would face off against 3 rounds of monsters. They were joined by fellow adventuring groups, the Headhunters and the Giant Slayers, a team of 3 and a team of 4, respectively, meaning they were by far the smallest group present for the team, for the event. They fought against 3 rounds, the first of which was up against undead horrors out of the night, the second of which was against mighty giant creatures, and the last which is against flying terrors of the sky. Aquans Jonas managed to do rather well in the tournament and breezed through the first round against the mummy they fought, and managed to defeat the Oni they face in round 2, despite its invisibility and other magic spells, and were able to even triumph against a mighty wyvern in the third and final round.
Hardly a scratch.
Yes. The Headhunters were not so fortunate, however. They faced a brutal flesh golem in the first round, which nearly took them out. And in the second round, they faced a terrifying Etin, a 2-headed giant, which knocked them unconscious. The Giant Slayers fared better, but still worse than our party. They faced off against a Bone Naga in round 1, and were able to dispatch it, as well as take out a troll with relative ease. But the final round saw them fighting an air elemental, a creature which many of their party were unable to hit due to its quick speed and immaterial form. Fortunately, their dwarven fighter was able to pull them through at the very last moment. It was very close.
Yeah.
As such, Aquans Jonas, as well as the Giant Slayers, were awarded 2 guild crests each, bringing our party's total up to 5, as well as a nice monetary reward. The Giant Slayers only managed to get the initial guild crest for participating in the tournament, however. Following this, there was a nice feast to celebrate the end of the Harvest Festival, during which time our party once again had a brief conversation with the Archmage Master Amadeus Malzra. And that's what happened last time. So we'll be handing it over to you, and you said we would be picking up the following day, the morning.
Well, after the tournament and after the feast, pretty much we're just going to crash.
Yes. I assume everyone will, really.
Yeah.
So we're going to be sleeping in for a change.
Yeah, there's nothing on the books at the moment. We're basically caught up on everything that we wanted to do. So besides probably sleeping in, having breakfast, and probably doing a bit of shopping, yeah, the day will be ours.
All right. I'm going to roll 2 new portents because it's a new day.
Yep. So we get up, we go down to the common area, we have breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
We do notice a slight change, and that is there's a fair amount of people looking in our direction, and there's some whispered conversations. You can roll perception if you care.
Sure, why not? Natural 1. Apparently I do not.
You have not woken up yet. All right. So
considering what that perception check was about, that does track. I don't tend to care what other people think that much.
Yeah. So we finish our breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I want to do today is, because the apothecary or magic shop in the inner city here doesn't seem to have much in the way of reagents for potions, mostly because of the tournament and everyone was buying everything out. I would like to go into the suburbs today and see if I can find a magic shop or apothecary and try and pick up some more ingredients.
The only magic shop you really know of outside the city would be Mistress Kalen's little occult store.
Oh, that's the only one we know of. That's true.
Yes. But we can look for an apothecary or something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's just go stretch our legs and have a look around and not have anything important to do for one day.
Yes.
All right. I would like you to roll a general perception check as we leave the what's this place called? Hold on a second.
The Kingfisher.
Kingfisher, thank you. And head out for the day.
8. Still not very good.
No, but it is enough.
Hmm.
You'll notice that a lot of heads turn as we proceed.
Hmm.
A lot of people are looking at us and talking, and a fair group of kids have also spotted us. And being kids, they are also kind of imitating some of the things they saw. There's a couple that are, standing up tall, puffing on their chests and banging onto their chest like this and roaring.
Yeah, I wonder who they're imitating there. Not me.
Who knows? Something they saw. A few others will walk up to somebody and go, the other one will go and stop. Yeah, we seem to have a fan club because of our recent endeavors in the tournament.
Yes, they seem to have taken notice of us.
A great many people have. So far, it's all positive. No one's, looking at us and scowling. It was entertaining,
Yes.
and seeing how we got through the tournament was, like I said, barely a scratch, and used our skills to prevail relatively easily in two of them for sure. And even in the third one, we just pulled out all the firepower and dealt with the wyvern. So yeah, we have a fan club.
Yep.
Kids are just
Well,
trailing.
yeah. Thus far in Lyria, we have been very much a positive force.
So far, yeah, we haven't had any issues, and it seems to be not gone unnoticed. So it is what it is. We get to so we're right here.
Yes.
So it doesn't take long, and once we get here,
Mhm.
fortunately for us, the tide is out. The guards recognize us, and it like a certain amount of celebrity has its benefits. There's no questions; they just let us through. The group of kids following us at this point do not continue because I guess they're not allowed outside.
Mhm.
And we head on into the outer reaches of the town, suburbs as I've been calling them.
Yes.
And I would like to look for an apothecary.
All right.
I'm gonna roll for that. That is a natural one.
We do not find one.
We do not find one. We know where Kalen's is. I don't know if I want to go in there. Something about that lady just bugged me.
Well, she was definitely making a scene at Rosemary's Time and Clockwork, and she's definitely posted at least one relatively illegal sounding request.
Yeah, she's not warm and fuzzy.
No.
But anyway, yeah. Um, I'm not finding an apothecary. Didn't
Well,
even
not
get the
today.
not didn't even, not even make the roll for finding the shop, let alone if they have anything in it. I would like you to roll a perception check, please.
Natural 20.
You, on the other hand, um, have noticed something. You hear a little girl scream.
Oh, not again.
We're just rolling, we're coming down this way, and yeah, it's in this direction.
All right. Well, I guess we're running to investigate the sound of the screaming.
Yep. We run up and we see a little
This
girl.
little rural section of Lyria cannot catch a break.
No. Well, this is not thing what you would consider major, but there is a little girl kneeling down beside the road. A few adults are starting to gather as well, and she has in her hands what looks to be like a little dead kitten. And
Oh, not this again.
she seems, well, she's crying. She's distraught.
Yes.
Is uh, a well, not birthday gift, but more like a festival gift to her from her parents. And she says, "Why would she do this?" Is about the only real intelligible words you can figure out.
All right.
And working off that 20,
Yeah.
because it should be worth more than just that. You do notice another young girl, say about it's hard to tell age really, but
Okay.
you're looking at about just under 3 feet in height, slim build, well dressed. And because again of the 20, she has these very striking blue eyes. And she seems to have not the most pleasant little girl look on her face. She also seems a little smug and it's hard to tell. You can roll an insight if you like.
All right. 17.
Yeah, she definitely seems to have the kind of personality that's not warm and fuzzy, kind of like a sociopath almost level of emotional detachment. Though she does seem rather pleased with herself in some sort of weird way. And she just you notice this as she just looks back at this scene and she's heading on and turning down an alley.
All right. I guess I will follow stealthily.
All right, roll stealth. I will too.
Actually, I'm not going to roll.
Oh, you're going to use a portent.
Yep.
All right.
I rolled a 17, so plus 2 is 19.
All right. So I have proficiency.
Yep.
So that puts mine at
Should be plus 5.
18.
Hmm.
All right. Let's roll. You hear a little girl's voice as we are approaching very quietly and cautiously towards the corner, and we're going to look down the aisle. And you hear a little girl's voice. Seems kind of odd in the tone, but their stealth is pathetic.
That mine? Oh. Oh,
No,
I guess.
in general, you
All right.
two will be stomping and yelling.
All right.
You turn the corner.
Yep.
You see a little girl there,
Mhm.
and then she vanishes. The last thing you see is two brilliant blue eyes.
Is this a spell being cast?
You can roll an Arcana if you like.
That's low. 13.
Hard to tell. She did not utter anything. She
Yep.
well, possibly did, but you didn't catch it. And there was no hand gestures, pulled any material components or anything.
All right.
She,
So it might just be an innate ability.
hard to tell. But yeah.
Well, so there's a creepy little girl who seems to be taking advantage of, or basically just enjoying tormenting other children.
Yeah. Very odd.
Hmm.
So I assume we go back to looking for the shop at this point.
I guess so.
Well, we do wander around for a couple of hours. We don't find anything.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I assume we do not find anything off of your roll.
Yeah, roll the one. It's not happening. We do notice one other thing though. That is Bree.
Oh, I wonder what she's been up to.
Well,
I guess we should probably go say hello to her since she and her friends might be leaving.
that's one thing you did notice is besides there's a little bit extra litter around. The festival's over.
Yeah,
So there are crews cleaning up the stuff that's left over, getting rid of the left banners and cleaning up the garbage and general refuse that's left behind by these things. But all the entertainment doesn't seem to be very noticeable. You didn't see the buskers, her group,
Yeah.
but you did see her, and she is kind of walking arm in arm with another young lady who seems to be about all right, short by human standards,
Mhm.
so maybe 5'2", a little bit more, but Bree's tall for a halfling,
Mhm.
so they're not really that much difference in height, bit under a foot, and they're walking arm in arm and seeming in a very good mood.
Okay.
So
Should we go say hello, I say?
yeah, we haven't seen her in a few days.
Yep. We'll go wander over and say hello to Bree and her new friend. I said, so what are your plans now? It says the tournament was supposed to mark the end of the festival. It says, are you and your friends moving on from Lyria?
Well, first off, she says hi and then runs over. Uh, Her friend seems to be a little clingy, but let's go.
Mhm.
Runs over, gives us both big hugs, and she says, I saw you guys in the tournament. You were amazing. Good Lord, the power you've gotten since I've seen you last. That was crazy. That giant ape thing in the whatever, what in the world did you breathe out? And she just goes on bubbly for a few minutes, and then she says, "Oh yeah. This I've made a new friend," and she gets her to come over. This is Lydia. We met a few days ago, and we've just been having a great time going around. Well, festivals, just nothing but entertainment. And the buskers. They want to leave town because the festival's over and they need to go and earn an income and that stuff. I think I'm done with them. I think I'm going to hang around here for a little while and then figure out what I want to do.
All right. I Admittedly, this is a little sudden, but then again, that's kind of how Bree makes decisions. She does sort of live by whim more than anything else.
She does not plan.
No, she does not plan.
She is basically whatever is entertaining her at the moment
Mm.
is what she likes. That's the way she's always been.
All right, well, it looks like she's leaving one group of entertainment behind to find a new one.
Yep. Anyway, her friend there, Lydia, seems to be tugging at her sleeve, saying, "Come on, there's something I want to show you. You can talk to your friends later."
All right, well, we'll say goodbye to her and her new friend.
Yep. And they go wandering off.
Yeah. I said, well, it doesn't look like she's going to be changing anytime soon.
No.
Well, we cannot exactly babysit her forever.
No. She
No.
has to figure her own life out.
Yeah. Admittedly, we may have done a fair bit too much of that in Vern's Run.
Well, kind of felt responsible for her being chucked out into the world.
Yes.
Oh, anyway.
Well, she seems to be doing fine for herself, and she's showing remarkable restraint considering how she usually goes about doing things, especially with Lyria's more stringent laws and regulations.
Well, she seems very happy.
Yes.
You can roll an insight if you really want to see if it's legitimate.
10.
It would be a low DC because we've known her for a very, very long time. That's
That and
perfectly
Bree tends to wear her heart on her sleeve.
Yeah, she doesn't hide her emotions.
Yeah.
No, she's happy.
Well, good for her.
Yep. If you want, you can roll an insight on her friend.
Sure, well, it seems to be the morning for it.
Yeah, why not?
14, slightly better.
Yep. Seems happy. Wants to go do stuff with Bree.
Okay. Well, I think your plan to find an apothecary fell apart.
Well, we stretched our legs. We ran into Bree at least.
We ran into Bree. We ran into a young sociopath in the making.
Yeah, that's
ran into another dead cat. For some reason, that's a theme lately.
Yeah, that's also weird. Anyway, enough of this. Let's go back to the city before
Yeah.
the tide comes in, and that takes 8 hours, so we're fine. I mean, we can have lunch out here if you really want to. But anyway,
I
we do.
imagine the food at the Crested Kingfisher is probably better.
No, there's actually good restaurants out here. It's
Yeah.
fine, but we
But we're
head back.
staying there already, so it's technically paid for.
Yeah,
Oh, I
we head
suppose
back.
how much did we pay for in advance? A week?
Yes.
All right, then we technically owe rent now because it's been
Oh,
about a week.
yeah, that's true too.
All right.
Okay. First off,
We should probably
uh,
take care of that first.
hold on, no, hold on. Before you get into that, I wouldn't mind stopping at Rosemary's because at least I know where it is.
Yes, we do know where it is.
So I want to see if she's got any more ingredients in.
Okay. Well, we can stop by there first.
Oh, natural 20. I think I'm getting lucky. Went from 1 to 20. Hopefully that's not gonna be the way my rolls are gonna go all day.
Yeah, this is going to turn out the reason you couldn't find an apothecary out in the wilderness is because there wasn't one or something. You were looking in the wrong spot.
Yeah. So holy crap. Okay. I gotta stop rolling this hot. Yes, she got a shipment in. She actually has 3 mandrake root in, which is
Okay.
wonderful. And now she ought to see if she has any of that other stuff I wanted. Oh, there we go. 2. So no. She does have 3 mandrake root, which is wonderful.
Yeah, the other stuff is rarer.
Yeah. That's excellent because I can make a few more potions.
Mm.
So we go back to. Oh, do you want to? Sorry, before we head out, is there anything you want from Rosemary's?
Uh, yes, I wouldn't mind buying some more parchment and ink for transcribing.
Well, that is not a problem. It is a very common item. She has lots of it.
All right, I'm going to buy 250 gold pieces worth of it.
Oh yeah. What house was Bandrick again? Is it 50 each?
Yes, the magic root is 50 each.
And I used last time, if I remember correctly, yeah, 6 pages of ink and paper.
Yep.
And I'll replenish those.
I'm planning on making some scrolls over the next few days anyway.
Yeah, well, we never know what we're going to need. So
Yep.
after that brief shopping, finally success after wandering around all morning,
Yep.
go back to our Kingfisher Inn
Yep.
because we remember we need to pay. And
Yes.
it seems quite busy in here. And we go to pay for our week. Do you remember what we paid last time?
Let's see if I remember correctly. I think it was about uh, 2 or 3 silver a night. No, wait, no. It was 5 silver a night. That's right. I remember now.
Okay, we go to pay.
Mhm.
And what's her name again? The proprietor?
Cartha?
Yeah.
No.
She, in a very loud voice and very poor acting voice, says, "Oh no, the celebrities of the tournament, you don't need to pay. You're very welcome to stay here as long as you want." In quite a loud voice, and then in a much quieter voice says, "Actually, I'll just give you a discount."
All
uh,
right.
uh, what was it last time? 5 silver a day.
Yes, it was 5 silver a night last time.
We'll make it 3.
Yeah. Cathra Frostbeard, that's her name.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got a bit of a discount.
So 3 silver a night?
3 silver a night. So we're gonna pay for a week.
So that's 21 silver, which comes to, yeah, right.
Just knock off a gold piece.
2 gold.
And then yeah. So I'm gonna see if her performance went anywhere near anyone's notice. No, she got away with it. There's a bit of a cheer when she says that, and business does seem to be quite a bit more brisk here because I guess word has gotten out this is where we're staying. And
Well,
yeah,
this is where most adventurers come to stay.
yeah, but we're the only ones that matter at the moment, apparently.
Eh, That's
Well,
odd
hey,
because we weren't the only ones who made it through that tournament.
we were the only ones who made it through whole. The
Eh,
dwarf was still standing, barely.
Yes.
Everyone else had to be seen to by clerics. So our 15 minutes of fame will wear off.
Yes.
But for the moment, she's raking in a little extra money and very happy to give us a discount. And yeah, that's basically it.
Right.
So you said you wanted to make some scrolls,
Yes.
and I would like to brew some potions. Well, a potion, I guess. I am going to try and make another potion of greater healing.
Yes. So we
So
have to do one of those. Like it's one a day for those.
yeah. Oh, rolled a 17, so that's easy.
Yeah.
Don't even have to bother with anything else.
All right.
Cool. That's all I'm gonna do today. The rest I'm gonna put my feet up, enjoy the fire. It's nice and warm in here. Oh, which reminds me, I haven't changed my stone from cold resistance in like
No,
3
you set it to
years.
cold resistance when we went down into the
Yeah.
icy waters around Lyria to investigate that little
And
catacomb.
last time you made me swim, yes, that's it. I'm gonna leave it there for now.
So technically, it
It's
was through that the entire tournament. But the one time you took cold damage, you were in a giant ape, and the stone didn't help.
yeah. So,
Also, you made the
oh
save.
well. And it didn't make any difference because they weren't my hit points, so it doesn't matter.
All
Yeah,
right.
all right. So that's what I do today. That's my thing.
All right. As for me, I'm going to transcribe a scroll, second level one.
Yep.
So one of the main problems we had in the tournament was the Oni, who could turn invisible at will. I got lucky
Yep.
by being able to dispel that his invisibility,
Yep.
but I forgot to prepare see invisibility for the tournament, and it's probably going to go up again where I'm not going to necessarily have it prepared. So I want to scribe a scroll of that.
Cool.
All right.
Easy to do.
Easy to
Only
do,
second.
and I have a portent here. Since it's easily the main thing we're doing today, I'm going to use it as well.
All right.
There's a 15, and it's an Arcana check, so that puts it well over the DC of 12.
Yeah.
So,
Not a problem.
Scroll of See Invisibility. And that costs me, well, 100 of the 900 gold pieces worth of ink and paper I have. Because it's a second level spell.
Yes.
Actually, wait.
And
No, it costs me less, actually. I just realized the divination spell. Does my.
is it?
It's a yeah, See Invisibility is divination. Does my divination savant work towards scrolls I scribe?
Yes.
Half the cost of time required to transcribe divination spells into your spell book.
Okay.
So it's
As far as I'm concerned, it translates very well into making scrolls too. So yeah, half price
all right, so only 50 gold worth of it.
and half time.
Yeah. So 2 hours instead of 4. Because it's a second level spell.
Which does leave you with plenty of time if you want to do something else.
True, but I can only scribe one scroll a day. Just like you can only work on one potion a day.
All right.
So I'm letting my scroll dry, I guess. The ink's dry.
Sure.
I assume
All
you
right.
can do that.
No, I'm pretty sure the process of the magic being installed in it makes it far more durable than something you have to go with an ink blotter on.
Yes, but I assume
There is a process.
there's a process to that.
Yeah. But by the time you're done,
Yes.
it's indelible.
Right.
So, um, the rest of the day
One thing
is
I wouldn't mind looking into, I suppose I should have thought this while we were at Rosemary's,
all right. What?
is one thing I would like to pick up, and this isn't going to be hard to find, I suspect. I know we have a bag of holding, and this is
Yep,
a,
3 of them.
yes, this is a, and everyone who's going to hear this is going to be, this is a, technically something I'm taking a little bit from the Baldur's Gate games. I'd like to purchase a scroll case.
Oh, yeah, that's not a problem.
Now, I assume Rosemary's a few of those for sale because it comes in quite handy, because otherwise I have to rummage through my bag of holding to find these scrolls.
Well, the bags of holding we have are the always on top version. So you can just say, I want my scroll of web or whatever it is, and that's the first thing you pull out. Reaching into, and unfortunately, if you don't know its contents, you don't find anything.
Yeah.
But if you want a scroll case, that's not a problem.
Yeah. All right. So I assume, by the sounds of it, Rosemary has at least one for sale.
She has a number of different models, some relatively cheap ones that she sells to the students because, well, that's what they're for. Then she has some much higher quality leather ones that are waterproof.
That's
Not
definitely what I want. Admittedly, scrolls don't tend to suffer too much from water, but I'd just take the precaution. We have money to spare at the moment.
Yes. So you're looking at a good quality one that can hold a number of scrolls. Say 10 scrolls is good enough for you?
10 scrolls should be more than enough for the moment. I'm only putting one in there, but yes.
Yeah. So yeah, you're looking at 10 gold pieces.
All right. I'll pay for that happily.
Yeah, they're not expensive. It's just leather work. But 10 gold pieces is very expensive for a student.
Yeah.
All right. I only have the one scroll. Well, actually, no, I have 2 scrolls. Still have that 4th level of visibility scroll we got way back.
Yes.
But that's all right. I'm actually thinking maybe tomorrow, if things aren't busy, I might take a day off of potion making and make a scroll myself, but we'll see. See what whim takes me tomorrow. So the rest of the day,
yes,
we are going to put our feet up, enjoy some food, and relax for a day. Unless there's something else you want to do.
I might want to put another scroll together. That's about it. And that's not.
I can't do 2 a day.
No, sorry, I meant the tomorrow.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Okay. So we do our usual nighttime.
Yes.
Do you still want to keep watches?
Oh, yes. There's someone, we don't know who or whom, is causing mischief in Lyria at the moment, and we were involved in dismantling one of their projects that is underneath the city, and it blew up during the tournament.
Yeah.
Before it.
We have a new friend.
Yes.
All right.
Definitely like to try and minimize our encounters with this individual.
Then I would like you to roll perception, please.
All right. So just to be clear, the hut, alarms, and our familiars on watch.
Yep.
All right. Well, the advantage helped there. All right. 19.
Oh, that's pretty good. No alarms go off, but near the end of your watch, it is now quite dark.
Well, the only light source we really have is inside the hut.
Well, there's none in here right now, except if you want to read.
Yeah.
Are you? Anyway, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Your cat, Alice,
Yes.
says she faintly hears movement in the hall outside our door.
All right. So we're in the hut. If memory serves, magic cannot pass through the hut. We can cast a spell outside, and that's fine. But otherwise, we have a barrier which nothing can come in, and we can cast spells out of, which is a bit much for a 3rd level spell.
Yeah. You can freely leave and come as you wish.
Yes.
You can cast a spell on something and take it with you, and it still works.
Hmm.
So if you have a light spell going at the moment, you can bring it out with you.
Yes.
You cannot cast spells through it,
No.
and once you're outside, you cannot cast spells into it. It can be dispelled itself, though.
Yes, it can, but that's fine. All right, so there's movement outside.
Yep.
Well, this is the second, so at least I am at full spell wise. I've used my portents for the day, but I still have all my spell slots.
Your one of your alarm spells is no longer there.
One of my alarms has been dispelled.
One of your alarms, one of your alarms that you set,
Yeah.
the one on the door, is no longer there.
All right, one of my alarms has been dispelled. Which one? For the door, you said?
The door, the same, just out, the same door that Alice just told you there's a noise outside.
All right, well, I was about to cast Arcane Eye, but I'm going to wake you up.
All right, how you doing this?
I'm going to reach over and wake you up.
All right, I would like you to roll a stealth check, please.
17.
All right, you wake over, reach over, and quietly, very quietly, give me a tossle, and I don't really make a whole lot of noise waking up. But Alice tells you there's footsteps leaving.
Footsteps leaving. Okay.
Yeah. So I wake up.
Yes.
What's going on?
Well, someone just dispelled my alarm at the door.
That's a first.
Yes.
Well, I think we should definitely have a look.
Yes.
So we stand up, we move towards the door. The hut
Your hut
disappears.
vanishes.
Yep.
All right. All
You
right.
want to?
I was looking at Arcane Eye here. You create an invisible magical eye range duration. All right. I just want to double check that I didn't miswrite that down or anything. Within range. All right. So Arcane Eye
Yep.
can be cast within 30 feet of me, and I do not need to see the point within space that I conjure the eye into.
Okay. What's the
So,
plan?
sorry?
What's the plan?
So I would like to cast Arcane Eye
Yep.
on the opposite side of our door.
All right. How
Before
long
we...
does that take?
All right, so I take out the bit of bat fur
Yep.
I need for that spell, and I cast Arcane Eye on the opposite side, and I'm going to see what images I mentally receive from the eye.
All right. You do so.
Yeah.
You see an empty hallway,
Right.
and it's dark.
The eye has dark vision at a range of 30 feet.
Yep. You within the 30 feet, you see nothing.
Right. So there were footsteps leading away, or Alice told me.
Yes.
Do I know which direction they were leading away from? Is our
I assume you ask her or listen, mentally
Yes.
connect to her. Yeah, in the direction of the stairway out of here.
All right, I'm going to move the eye that way, 30 feet,
Okay.
which is how far I can move in one round.
Yep. It moves. 30 feet makes it to the stairs heading down to the common area.
Yeah.
And you now can see some light, but it's very dim firelight, maybe a little bit of candlelight. It is now, well, in the middle of the night. There's always something happening in this place because they are a bunch of bloody adventurers after all.
Yeah.
But nothing out of the ordinary.
All right. I'll send the eye 30 feet further down.
Okay, that puts you down in the common area, and you can look around, and you do see a few stragglers who are nursing some ale or something. The fire is very, very low. There is a couple of candles burning, but you see nothing out of the ordinary. Without a really good perception check, I suspect.
Well, I can make perception checks through the eye
Yes,
because I
yeah, based on
treat
all
it as
your
if I'm standing there.
own senses.
All right, but this is a straight roll.
Just a straight roll, just you.
So adding 3 to this. That's a total of 20. It's pretty good.
Yeah. All right, you're looking around.
Yep.
And the only thing you notice is the door closing. It's just the last little bit of it. You wouldn't have noticed it without a really high roll.
Okay. Do I know?
Just at the end.
Just to the end? All right.
Just as it just shutting.
All right. Do I happen to know if our rooms overlook the door out of the Crested Kingfisher? If we go to the window, would I be looking out?
You go into the Crested Kingfisher.
Yeah.
Common area. Just after you go, like just on the same wall as you go in, there's a stairway up. This is the stairway you just came down. And then the hallway goes down this way. And our room is on the left.
All right, so no. The window of our room does not overlook the front door.
No. It looks over an alley.
All right. Well, I can move the eye for close to try and follow, but that it only can move so quickly. If someone wants to really get away from the eye, it's not hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, and my magical wizard's eye cannot go through a closed door.
Yeah, don't you need like a 1 inch space?
Yes, 1 inch in diameter is the minimum amount of space the eye requires to move through a crack.
Yeah, so you do not have that.
All right. All right, I will fill you in on what happened.
All right.
So it seems someone dispelled one of my alarms, possibly noticed us stirring, and then left.
Yep. With your 17, they roll natural 20.
All right.
So
yeah. Someone quite perceptive.
Someone quite perceptive and not without magical talent.
All right. Well, the arcane eye isn't going to be much more use at this point, so I'll stop concentrating on it.
All right. You have about another hour to your watch.
All right. Before anything happens, I'm going to reset the alarm.
All right.
Which is fine because
the alarm.
Yep.
I recast the hut.
It'll take about the same amount of time for us to do both.
All right. And
I will resume my watch. And yes, I say we are definitely continuing to do this from now on.
Yeah. Someone has interest in us.
Yes, it's not necessarily a good thing.
Well, celebrity is not always good.
Yeah.
Especially for us.
Yeah.
Okay. The rest of your watch goes by uneventfully.
All right. I wake you for yours.
All right. It's a pair of 13s. Plus 3.
Not as high. Not as high.
16 is pretty good.
Yep.
But I have nothing to report.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, by the time the hut disappears, it let you sleep in. There's nothing to go on. So we get up.
Yep. I regain my 4th level spell slot.
Yep. Your portents are new.
Yes.
And then we go down to the common area. And have breakfast. Well, late breakfast.
Yeah. French.
Yeah. It's the same as breakfast. It's the same as lunch.
Yes.
It is just their food. But yeah, it's good food.
Yes.
And we didn't have to cook it ourselves, which was nice. All right. So it is late morning. What are your plans for the day?
Well, I would like to make another scroll.
Okay.
That shouldn't take too long. Hey, do we? After that, I suppose we should try and find some more work. We still have 2 more guild crests to earn.
Yes. It would be nice to finish those off so we can get into the inner city.
Yeah.
So while we're sitting here having our late breakfast, you hear a large, what sounds like a large bell being rung.
A large bell being rung. Okay.
Uh, rapidly,
Like a warning bell.
like ding 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 ding.
Like a warning bell.
Yeah, like that.
Okay. Well, this is a first.
Yeah, that hasn't happened since I've been here. Been here 8 days now. This actually gets everybody's attention because it is something that has happened in the past, but they haven't heard in a long time.
Okay.
Think of it like being in London and
During the Blitz.
when there's an air raid siren happening.
Yes, no, I can understand. No, I know what warning bells mean. That means trouble.
Yeah. So a lot of people, especially all the adventurers, just right out the door.
All right, yeah, let's go take a look at what's going on.
All right. After the stampede,
Yes. To be fair, we'll let most of them exit first, I think.
we get out into the street.
Yep.
Which is right here.
Yeah, right by that gate.
Somewhere in this direction over here is where the sound is coming from. And you do see a number of, well, they're not technically the watch here. It's mostly the White Knights of Lyria are heading that way. Plus almost all the adventurers.
Okay. Something big is going on in that direction, I say.
Yeah.
Well, we might as well go take a look.
All right. So we head down and say, are you running or are you just walking? We got to head this way.
We'll split the difference.
All right. Fast march.
Yes, fast march. We'll probably still be moving 60 feet around.
Yeah. Well, we get there after everybody else is clustered. Once we round this, we notice the sound is coming from this tower.
All right.
And there are a few of the White Knights outside the tower. There's obviously each of these towers has main doors, and there's guards posted outside keeping everybody back.
I lean over to you and I say, an aerial view might be beneficial for us here.
Does that mean owl or brooms?
I think we should start with the owl.
All right.
I would cast clairvoyance up into the air, but that takes 10 minutes.
All right, so I'll send my owl up and have a look. So what she does is we're just walking around here. She flies up to the tower. The bell has stopped ringing by this point, but I inform you that at the top of this tower, there is a very wide and easy view of pretty much the entire surrounding area. And at this point, you see a group of, we'll just call them guards. They're like the general guards.
Yeah.
And you see a couple of White Knights there. And one of them has this odd tube-like device that he's holding up to his eye and looking in that direction.
A telescope.
Telescopes don't exist. What are you talking about?
The spyglass, I guess, would be the whatever the equivalent on Adventures of Sinbad, what they called that.
Yeah. What was it? Sorry, Sinbad. It was the make things larger.
Yeah, like looking glass or something. They gave it an abbreviation.
It was I was talking about the TV show version. What did Farouz call it?
I cannot remember. I think they changed it to something like looking glass or spyglass or something like that. They abbreviated it. Either way, the equivalent of that.
Yes. And they seem to be looking out towards the south, which is the top of the map. Oh, my owl has pretty good vision.
Yes, your owl's probably got as good vision as the person with that spyglass.
And that's a pretty good roll. I inform you that there appears to be right on the horizon, like very, very far away, ship on fire.
A ship is on fire. All right. Well, this is a port town. That does make sense that ships come and go here.
No, all the time.
Yeah.
One of them is not going very well.
No. How
So yeah.
well? How far away is that? Out of curiosity, just an estimation.
Oh, that's a toughie. Just on the edge of the horizon
Okay,
would
so way
probably
too far
be.
for us to get to, even with our broomsticks.
We could fly there, but it would probably take almost half a day.
Yeah, no. Anything of note will have, or any good we could do during that time would be moot by that point.
As a matter of fact, while we're having this conversation,
Yeah.
my owl informs us that the ship is sinking and the flames have gone out.
Yeah. Well, hopefully Lyria has some sort of rescue plan.
There does seem to be a fair amount of noise coming from this area, which is the docks.
Which is the docks. Okay.
And yeah, there's something happening. You can go that way if you like to have a look.
Sure, why not? It's definitely not the area everyone else is heading towards at the moment.
No. So we head that way. And you do see a very, what looks to be a very fast clipper ship is being, I think commandeered is the wrong word. Most likely as part of the Lyrian forces anyway, because they do need
Yeah.
to be able to defend themselves as far as the sea goes. Is being quickly manned.
Yeah,
There's a couple
it's
of
being
white knights
prepared for
there,
launch.
and they are rapidly getting this thing ready to go.
Yes. However, even getting even a fast ship ready takes time.
Yeah, it's not like turning on an engine. This thing, they need to get stuff ready. They need to get the sails up.
They need to wait
And
for the wind and the tide.
well, fortunately, on this side, they don't have to worry about the tide a whole lot. But
Also, this is a place of the Wizard Academy. I imagine at least a few of these ships have magic users trained specifically to help with that.
a couple of gust of winds, that kind of thing.
Yeah, gust of wind, control water, that sort of thing.
Yeah. So anyway, that's what's happening. It has only been maybe 15 minutes since the klaxon started.
Yep,
So
that's a long time in an emergency.
all time in emergency, but it takes longer than 15 minutes to get a ship ready. So
Yes. Well, I hope anyone who survived that boat going down can tread water.
yeah. So that's it for the excitement for the moment. Stuff is happening, but it's well, nothing you and I can do.
No. We could
Well,
probably
me.
ask around to see if there's any information about what's going on.
All right. We have two choices.
Yeah.
Let's see. No, actually, I can't do that. No, even a giant eel won't make it there before it turns back into me.
Yeah, no, we should probably just try asking around and gathering information.
All right. Um, I would like you to roll a general perception check with advantage because I'll be helping you. Looking for someone of authority that we know.
Yes, also looking for someone of authority we know who doesn't look like they're massively preoccupied with this.
Yep.
Okay, that's a total of 20.
There you go. Then we find the person we actually want to see, which is Aldrich.
All right. Is he involved with the Navy at all? We don't know. He doesn't know about that.
He is right here at the base of the tower talking to the guards and notices as we come up. Says, not the best of time right now, guys. Have a lot that I need to do here. Come find me at the guild hall later on today and I'll fill you in.
Okay. Seems like everyone's gonna be a little preoccupied with this at the moment.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
And yeah.
All right. And I said, well, I think that concludes the excitement for the moment.
For the moment, it is nothing in our ballpark. Nothing we can do.
Well,
Now that you know the spell teleportation. Then we can get there in an instant.
Well, we're a ways away from being able to cast 7th level spells.
Yeah, just a bit. All right, so we head back to.
The Crested Kingfisher.
All right, there we do. And anyway, the excitement is beginning to die down now that they know it's not, an imminent attack of anything.
Yes.
People go back to their daily lives. So you want to make a scroll?
Yes, that is the next thing to do on my to-do list.
I think I'm going to actually make one too. I do have a lot of ink and paper.
All right, I am going to make a scroll of knock.
All right.
So that does cost me 100 gold because it's a 2nd level spell, and it's not divination. I roll a 15 even before I add my modifiers. So,
all right, not a problem.
All right, so I'm going to be at this minimum 4 hours because it's a 2nd level spell.
Well, what I'm going to be doing is going to take me quite a bit of time.
Yeah.
But polymorph is transmutation, fortunately.
Yes, so half the time, but it's actually going to take you the exact same amount of time as I did.
Yeah, so 4 hours and the same amount of ink and paper.
Yeah.
I want to make a polymorph scroll. I know I've been using it a lot lately, but it's very handy.
Also have it on your ring.
Yeah, I know. I can cast it 3 times a day at this point if this scroll works.
Knock is also transmutation.
Yeah. So I'm going to cast Enhance Ability because I want to make sure that it works.
I didn't have it prepared. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good thing I did. So I have to make a 14, right?
Yes, the DC 14 because it's a 4th level spell.
Point of luck. Oh, there we go. And now I have a polymorph
You
scroll.
still get to add your Arcana bonus to it.
I rolled really bad on that.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah.
Really bad.
Mine was a lot lower. It was only a 12.
And that is how we spend the rest of our day.
Yeah. After that, we could probably go see Aldrich at the guild hall.
All right. Well, things have definitely, by the time we, stretch, because we got to get kinks in our back and get our muscles going, have supper, stretch our legs, and go over to the guild hall. It's like nothing had happened.
Right.
Everything's back to normal. You see everyone going about their business. We go into the door, and there's always someone on the door because they have to regulate things. And we ask for Aldrich, and let's see if he's in. He is not here.
Might have missed him.
Yep. So we do not know.
All right. Well, I guess we can head back to the Crested Kingfisher then.
Yep.
Before we turn in for today, because we got a bit of a hectic morning, let's go over a look at the notice board.
Yes, I was going to suggest, why don't we look at the notice board, because
I planned on doing it in the morning, but then something came up.
Yeah. You notice that the board is actually rather sparse.
Well, yeah, we dealt with the sleeping child problem. The headhunters killed the Wendigo.
Yep.
And the tournament just ended. So that's 3 of the 5 major requests taken care of.
You know that Mistress Kayla's notice is still there.
Okay, so that hasn't gone through, whatever it is yet.
And also there's a notice about checking into this army or legion or whatever.
The Legion of the Iron Fist is what they're calling themselves.
Yeah, that's still there.
Well, I don't think we're up to a lengthy expedition just yet.
No,
we just got back from
one day off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we could spend a few more days just relaxing, I think.
Yes.
All right, so we head back.
So, no new notices that you mean?
No.
Okay.
It's only been a day and a half.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So we go back to the Kingfisher. We've had supper. We relax the rest of the evening. Set all of our alarms because we had a visitor.
Yes.
I'll take first watch.
Okay.
Oh, that's a 3 plus 3. Hopefully nothing happens because I will not know.
That was the higher roll?
A 2 and a 3.
Oh dear.
I've been rolling very polar today. Yeah. Well, if there was going to be someone, I would have actually noticed because they rolled a 2. Anyway, no one's coming.
Okay.
I wake you for your part of the watch. Looking very sleepy, by the way. So I said, wow, I think I'm kind of tired. Anyway, I go have a nap.
All right.
And you can roll your perception for the night.
Yes. Natural 20.
All right, you're wide awake. Someone's messing with your alarms. You're going to make sure you catch them.
Yes.
So it's a waste of a 20 because whoever was doing that is very cautious. And they
Okay.
haven't made a repeat appearance tonight, at least anyway.
No.
You get up in the morning at a respectable hour this time because, can't sleep in every day.
Yep.
We go down to the common area. In the middle of having our breakfast, Aldrich comes in.
Ah.
And he looks tired. He's been, I don't know. Who knows what he's been
I've named
doing?
him Columbo.
He's not sleeping. Yeah, I know.
Because every time we run into him on a case, he looks exhausted.
Yeah. So, yeah, he comes in and says, can I have a seat?
Yes, we get him a seat. If he, if he's hasn't eaten, we can probably get him some breakfast too.
Oh, he wants some breakfast and something hot to drink. Oh, yeah, he's
I'll pay for his meal and drink.
right. So anyway, his food's brought and everything.
How much does that cost?
2 silver.
Okay.
So between mouthfuls and a big glug of some steaming liquid that he smells like tea.
Mhm.
It is winter now, so he's
Yes.
just quite happy to.
And coffee may not have been discovered.
Some herbal drink that was hot and has some honey in it. So anyway,
Well, at least it's the only other really hot drink I know that lots of people like to drink in the fall or winter is mulled wine.
yeah. Well, it's first thing in the morning.
Probably
And
best not for that.
he's has work to do today.
Yeah.
So as he drinks this and eats a few mouthfuls, he starts to revive. And he says, "Oh, this is just bad news all around. Apparently, the merchant ship went down yesterday near the Isle of Fog. That place is just accursed, I tell you." And he says, "I've been asked to stick this up in the guild hall. I haven't done it yet." And he hands. I said, "Thought you guys might want to first look at this."
All right. I assume is a request for help. One of the
This
notices.
is an official guild request. It's asking for volunteers to make themselves ready in a few days because there's a ship that's going to be heading toward. Like, this is actually not just a merchant ship. This is one of the city of Lyria's actual naval ships is going to be going to the Isle of Fog, and this needs to be investigated.
Hmm.
And yeah, this is official.
All right.
Guess whose signature's at the bottom?
I assume the Archmage.
Yeah, this is right from the top.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, hand the notice back, and he says, "Yeah, there, all the stops being pulled on this one."
Isle of Fog, I say.
Oh yeah, yeah. You guys are just new here. I guess you didn't know. It's well, I'll let the Archmage go through most of the details, but to the south, just before the inlet goes to the sea, out in the just a wide open sea, there's an island there. Hundreds of years ago, it used to be an outpost, and there was a large fortification, big city there. And then during the fall, a big war, bad stuff happened there. Ever since then, it's almost always enshrouded in fog. Its name is, someone probably knows it somewhere, but I don't know. Everyone just calls it the Isle of Fog, and everyone stays clear of it because, well, everyone thinks it's cursed. And lately, as in the last week and a bit, a couple of ships have had issues. And yesterday, one of them went down. Apparently, they're being attacked as if they get too close. Anyway, I thought you guys might want to know, and I owe you at least that to fill you in. And yeah, I'm gonna go stick this notice up and
Yeah.
get back to work.
I said, where would we inquire if we wanted to uh, sign up for this little expedition that's heading out?
He looks at you. You honestly want to take this on?
It is what we do for a living.
That's true. And if anyone can do it, I suspect you two can, as hey, I have first-hand account of your skills. But this place, like I said, I hate to repeat myself, but
Yes.
it's cursed.
Well, as
Anyway.
I said, I was just wondering where we would inquire for more information and about this.
According to what the Archmage told me, because he gave me this in a day, 2 days, a day before the naval ships to leave, he's holding a meeting. It's actually going to be in the council chambers in the inner city. You'll need an escort to get in there if you want to go in. And he's going to address anyone interested and give them all the details.
Mm-hmm.
So, a couple of days. This needs preparation. And he thanks us for the food. He looks a little bit more refreshed. And he drops on out.
All right. I said, well, that's interesting.
Yeah. Sounds like it's right up our alley.
Yes. It also does sound like it's something that has Aldrich concerned, though, if we go after this.
Yeah. This may just be folklore and superstition, but then again, sometimes folklore and superstition are earned.
Yes. And it usually takes a bit more than superstition to sink a ship.
Yes. So, yeah. Well, we should at least go to the meeting.
Yes, we should. Apparently it's in a few days, he said.
2 days.
2 days.
2 days from now. So we have 2 more days to actually, make some real preparations, because this is something we're going to need extra stuff for.
All right, Cursed Island. Yeah. Do I have to prepare for that?
Isle of Fog.
Isle of Fog, yes. So maybe don't prepare Fog Cloud.
Well, we'll go there. We'll make more fog. You're not foggy enough.
Yeah, maybe you should prepare Gust of Wind. You usually have that prepared, though.
It's always on my list, unless, sometimes when we're in town, I don't prepare it. But yeah, that's going to definitely be one of mine for sure. And the other thing I want to do today, with this in the offing, is I want to try and make another potion. I'll just stick with greater healing.
Yes, that would probably help.
I'm going to cast. I'm going to cast. What am I going to do here? Let's have a look. All right. Just made the DC. You don't have to re-roll or use any of my luck.
Yeah.
We have another potion of greater healing.
Good. All right. So I'm going to make another scroll today. This is possibly leaning a little bit into the realm of paranoia, based on what we just heard.
Yep. What are you going to make?
I'm going to make a scroll of Remove Curse.
Taking this literally.
Well, it's a spell I've had in my spellbook for a long time that I've never had any use for, and the odds of me preparing it are low. However, having a scroll of it handy does seem, well, handy.
Yeah.
All right, so that's a third level spell, so I'm going to be doing 150 gold because it's abjuration, not divination. Well, we're not heading out today, so I see no reason not to use this 16 portent. All right, so 6 hours later, I have a scroll of remove curse.
All right. So, unless you want to go to Rosemary's one more time.
Can't really think of anything else we're going to really need, except for more potions, but you're making them. So,
Making one a day.
yes. Well, you made 2 so far this session.
Yeah. I think I already had 2. Hold on a sec.
And you should
Yes, I
still have.
currently have 4 potions of greater healing.
I have 2. And you should still have 1 mandrake root left for making them by my count.
Nope, 2.
Oh, you had 1 left over from before?
Yep. I remember the one that was expiring.
Oh, you haven't used that one yet.
Well, I used that one first.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I picked up 3. I've used 1 of them. So I have 2
Okay.
left. But like I said, I would like to montage this so it doesn't drag out too long.
Yes.
We put our feet up, we rest. Following day, rinse and repeat for the potion.
All right. While they're writing these down. So the meeting is not today, it's tomorrow?
Yep.
Okay.
I now have 1 more potion of greater healing, and that's all the prep I can make.
All right. I wouldn't mind taking 1 of those potions of greater healing off your hands because I only have 2.
All right. I will give you 1 potion of greater healing.
All right. I'm going to make a 4th scroll.
And what's that?
That is what I'm going to figure out. What do I think we're going to need? Yes. Cursed, potentially haunted island. I have plenty of these. Yep. I am going to make a scroll of banishment.
Oh, there you go.
Because I do not have that prepared yet. But all right. And I'm going to use the 18 I rolled for my portent, one of the portents this morning. So
All right.
and that cost me 200. Yep. We're burning through a lot of the ink and paper we purchased.
Hey, it's best to be prepared.
Yes. So I have 4 scrolls now, all different spells.
Okay.
All right, so after that, I'll stick that scroll in my new scroll case with the rest, which is basically just going to be like a leather tube that has like a sleeve that fits over the my bag of holding, the satchel.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I had that picture in my brain even before you said it.
Yeah.
All
Just
right.
have it on hand.
Again, just to move this along.
Yes.
The day goes by. We wake up in the morning.
So this is the day of the meeting.
This is the day of the meeting.
And possibly the day we're heading out.
No, that would most likely be tomorrow, but it might be later on today. It's hard to say.
Oh, wow.
We don't know.
I just rolled a natural 20 for a portent.
There you go.
Which probably means it's going to go to waste if it's not today. That's fine.
All right, so we go to the guild hall. The notice is there. We express interest.
Yep.
They give us an escort because we do
do not yet have our completed guild crest. However, we've probably earned enough goodwill that they'll want to set this meeting anyway.
Yeah, actually, the funny thing is our escort, just a young guy. It's like a page, really. Takes us to sorry, I'll just point. We come out of here, we go to here, and he even talks to the guards and gives them the usual spiel. But as we're walking along, he says, "Well, I've escorted a few people, and I think my money's on you guys. I saw you in the tournament. Some of the people that are signed up for this thing." Anyway,
All right.
so he escorts us to the council chamber building.
Yes, so that's one of the three major buildings in the inner ring.
Yeah. This is our first look at this place, the inner part of the city,
Yep.
set by looking through the gate.
Yes.
Uh, Very impressive buildings. The mage tower, well, the mage complex for
Yep.
the academy is, well, it's the major building there.
Yeah,
It's
it's the big tower.
yeah, and there's also a very large inner fort, which seems really weird. A fort within a fort within a fort.
That would
But
probably be the barracks for the White Knights.
yeah, this is more ceremonial. You can ceremonial. You
Yeah.
can hear metal clanking and some drill sergeant stuff going on. There's some training going on there, and then there's a lot of very, very expensive looking houses and buildings and well kept gardens, and just this place is just amazing.
All right.
So we're gawking like tourists as we are led to the main building where the council chamber is.
Yep.
The page goes up to the, well, has a guard. Everything has guards. Lets them know who we are and says, you know, guard says, thank you. You can go. And he heads off and we're ushered in. So we go into what looks like an auditorium, but all the chairs have been removed and it's just a big empty space. And there's a large dais with a table, and there's a bunch of rather well dressed elderly individuals there.
Mhm.
We assume they're the council. One we recognize, which is the Archmage.
Yes, he
But
definitely has a seat on it.
to our surprise, there is a fair number, a couple of dozen people here standing around. They all look all young. We're all young, but some of them look really young, and they're all very animated. They're all talking amongst each other, and they're all excited, and it's just kind of a bizarre sort of gathering of individuals for something so serious.
I'm just going
So,
to survey the crowd. I'm
yep,
looking for, well, basically, uh, I guess the our fellow competitors from the tournament, the headhunters, the group of three we encountered, and the
yep.
giant slayers, just to see if they're present because they're the only groups of adventurers we really know.
All right, roll a perception check, please. Just a straight check, just you.
All right, 14.
All right, no headhunters, no giant slayers,
All right.
no what you would term as adventurers.
Oh,
What you see, apparently, from, it's not the best roll, but it's a good roll, you would term as wizards. Some are quite young,
okay.
younger than us.
So I guess
Matter of fact, well, you personally at the moment because you got aged 4 years.
that's true. We haven't gone to rectify that, so I am technically 4 years older than when we started this.
Yeah. You're, well, we're probably the most seasoned people here.
So I guess these aren't adventurous wizards. I guess they're academy wizards.
Never seen them before in your life.
All right. True. This
So,
is probably our first look at them.
so about 15 minutes goes by of this chatter, and the Archmage gives a big sigh and then stands up and has a, like a rock paperweight, bangs it on the table. If I could have your attention, please. Everyone quiets down. They all still seem really excited. Lets out another heavy sigh, looks around. He does spot us, though, which seems to
And
make
it
him
probably
feel,
sees that we're taking this a deal more seriously.
yes. He says, let's hold on, make sure I get this right. All right. Says, well, I am honored that I can see so many of our faculty taking an interest in this serious event. It swells my heart that you are willing to risk your lives for the city of Lyria and the Academy, of course. But that said, I see a very large number of young people here, people who have not seen any kind of combat or difficulties. Matter of fact, what I would term as apprentices. This is a very dangerous mission. No one, and well, sorry, first off, no one has been to the Isle of Fog, as everyone seems to want to call it, in my lifetime. But from what I know, and the records show, all who have gone have not returned. This sobers an awful lot of these young people. It says, that said, I have appraised I
Danger.
have appraised the danger here, and no one under the level of 5 will be permitted to go. So that gets a stir from the assembled wizards. And it says, anyone who is level 4 or under, I know who you are. I run this school. Leave. I am saving your lives. So that starts a bit of shuffling. The doors are opened, and a lot of people start to leave.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, by the time all the level 4 and under wizards have left, the population of the room is drastically dropped to 2.
Oh, no. Good grief.
We are the only wizards here that are level 5 or higher that are interested in going to this island.
Well, that either means that the Academy has a severe deficit of mid-level wizards, or just all the ones who are of that level were just smart enough not to volunteer for this.
Yeah, one or the other.
Mm-hmm.
So, Archmage says, now that I've taken care of that, he sits down, says, come closer.
All right, we'll approach.
Yeah, says, I've known you for a very short period of time. He's referring to us as the plural you.
Yes.
Um, I've seen you in action. I've seen how you handle danger. I am not going to try and dissuade you from going because, well, first off, you're the only one people are interested in going. So if he gets you to go, he'd have to go himself. Anyway, he doesn't say that.
Yes.
He says in a serious tone, this is not to be taken under any kind of light-hearted attitude, but I see by the look in your face that you're not dealing with this in a frivolous way. That you have seen action. I've heard of your tales from Aldrich. All right, this is what's the story. The Isle of Fog is very dangerous. Sometime during the fall, it got, everyone's calling it a curse, but I suspect a very large magical battle has occurred there. Things have rented the fabric of reality. I can't scry into it. No one ever has. There is some form of barrier. It does look like fog. That's how it got its name. We don't know any more than that. Before my time, and this gentleman looks like he's in his 70s, it used to be that people every now and then would get it in their minds to prove themselves, and they went there. No one has ever come back. At some time before my birth, travel to there has been banned. Well, I'm referring to the city of Lyria. If you're outside the city of Lyria, you can do whatever you want, but no one from the academy has been allowed to go there. Recently, the island has become less hospitable, even though that does sound like a weird thing to say about something so cursed. Ships are beginning to be harassed. They say they're being attacked by something under the water, and most of them just put up full sail, and they manage to go by the island. They also steer as far away as they can. And for the most part, that was fine. But recently, one ship limped into harbor, really damaged. Like it was barely managed to stay afloat. And yeah, I'm sure you're quite well aware. Yesterday, sorry, not yesterday, a few days ago, the ship was actually sunk. And this has us greatly alarmed because we rely on an awful lot of shipping for trade. And if it gets to the point where ships are going down, no merchant ship is going to want to risk coming into our harbor. So this needs to be dealt with. And well, the reward is we'll talk about it because I know money is not what would interest individuals such as yourself, but trust me, I'll make it worth your while. And the Academy will make it worth your while if you succeed. So, tomorrow, one of our naval ships is going to do a cursory circle around the island from a fair distance. So, you need to have a method of getting ashore yourself. And, well, best of luck to you.
All right.
And I pray for your success.
All right then.
Now, I would like you to roll a perception check, please.
Natural one.
Never mind. All right, so you hear a murmur of similar sentiments from the general assemblage of wizards and other individuals that are here, and yeah, meeting comes to a close. We're ushered back out into the outer ring of the city, and we are basically waiting until the ship leaves, which is tomorrow morning.
So tomorrow. All right. Well, by the sounds of it, we have one more day to prepare.
Yes.
All right. Well, I see no reason not to make another scroll.
Well, I do have one Mandrake root left. I can do that if you
Both
like.
have the materials we need to keep making that, so I see no reason not to.
That took a few points of luck, that one.
So that's a fourth grader healing potion.
So I currently have 5 greater healing potions, and one of them and the one that I gave you.
Yeah.
All right. What do you want to make as a scroll?
That is what I'm figuring out right this moment. Have you been preparing to detect magic out of curiosity? Sorry, dispel magic?
I have been. Uh, it is not on my spell list for the island.
Okay, so you're not going to be preparing that. All right. Yeah, I suppose I have to pick what spells I want to bring along with us on that. Is that worth?
Yes, I have my list picked out. And Gust of Wind is on it, by the way.
Yeah.
Just the name of the island alone. It's like,
Yeah.
Makes sense. A lot of combat spells.
Yeah.
And
Well, I would welcome some input from Jonas here on what scrolls you think I should prepare. One would be to dispel magic, because it sounds like it might be useful.
Yep.
I don't have it prepared currently. I might prepare it for going to the island, but
well, you know me.
yeah.
I like going in with as much firepower as possible.
Yeah. Well, dispel magic is not exactly firepower.
Nope. I would suggest, because
the other possibility is just duplicating one of the other 4 scrolls I've already made.
Yeah, or a scroll that you haven't made yet, which is your Frost Breath spell.
Well, I always have that prepared.
True, but having more firepower. I mean,
So you think an offensive spell would be a good choice?
that's just my attitude towards these things. You're gonna send me to an island where no one's ever come out alive. Give me as much protection and firepower as I can manage.
All right, that does sound like sound advice. However, I think I'm going to go a bit higher. I'm going to prepare a scroll of Ice Storm
Oh, there you go.
because I can
You,
cast Frost Breath. Well, even without without using a 4th spell slot 3 times, I
yeah.
can only cast Ice Storm once.
All right. Hey, I made a scroll of polymorph, so I hear you.
This is going to burst through that, and because I don't want the natural 20 to go to waste, I'm going to use the natural 20 portent.
Oh, you should have given that to me. We would have had an extra greater healing potion.
Yeah, I don't think it works on scrolls.
No, I'm pretty sure it doesn't. Oh, just thought of that now.
All right. Yeah.
Okay. That done.
Yes.
We
So,
basically put our feet up for the night, the day, rest.
and much as I would like Intellect Fortress, I think Dispel Magic is going to take precedence. So I'm going to prepare that just for this. We'll wake up in the morning to prepare for the island.
Well, I think someone mentioned the word cursed enough.
Well, Dispel Magic is a bit more versatile than Intellect Fortress is the other spell I was thinking of taking, which I haven't really cast since we got it.
Yeah, that's fine. All right, we do our usual evening. I'm going to skip over that because
We want to get to.
we actually want to get somewhere.
Yeah.
All right. So,
All right, 2 new portents for the day, and this is the day that matters. Which is why the natural 20 would have been nice. That's still pretty good.
all right. When you get up, you go to the dock area because that's where we're told to go.
Yes.
And there is indeed a much more robust, what looks like almost like a combat vessel. It is definitely the naval ship that we're supposed to go to. Has mounted ballista. There's a whole crew of, well, for all intents and purposes, from a real world point of view, Marines. They have heavy crossbows. They're fully armed. They're not fooling around. So we go here. The ship is docked, ready to leave. We're on time. Makes the captain happy. They make ready to go.
All right,
And
I'm just going to look around as we're leaving. Are we the only ones going on this mission?
we are the only ones.
Okay.
And we set sail.
And we set sail. Back to the continent map, the world map, basically.
Yep. All right.
So we're leaving Lyria for the moment.
Yes, we head out of Lyria. We're not going here. We're going here. This is basically what they're talking about. This is the
Second island there.
hmm?
The second island.
Yeah, this is basically the mouth of the bay or the inlet where Lyria is, and it is a very good strategic spot. And currently, it is not under anyone's control, and that would also be a nice asset if we manage to work this out. So, the sail there is relatively uneventful. It is cold, by the way. It is now.
So you're miserable again.
No, I still have my stone at cold. I think I'll just leave it there for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's a fine day. It's sunny and clear, and we make good time, and we sail south.
All right. Just out of curiosity, how long is this trip taking?
This is going to be the better part of a day.
Okay, so getting back to Lyria on our own is not going to be quick.
No. So, the captain, once he gets everybody doing their thing and everyone's doing their job, he comes and he talks to us. He's an old sea dog. He's been doing this for a long time. He says, seamen in general are a superstitious lot, but you two seem capable. I've heard stories, lots of words got along. So I'm not going to bother warning you or telling you anything that you probably already haven't heard 100 times. I am going to not come anywhere near that I can possibly get away with this island. So just, if you can't get there on your own, we will lower a longboat for you. I really hope you have your own way of doing this because I don't think the chances of a longboat making it to shore are very good.
Yes, I'll reach into my bag of holding, pull out the broom of flying that I purchased before the tournament.
All right. You have your own method of getting there? Great. I won't lose a boat, and we don't have to get any closer than we need to.
All right. I assume you're going to take yours as well.
Yeah.
No reason for us not to both use them at this point, because then we can fly at full speed.
Yeah. So it's not near sunset yet because we are now in the open water, but it is probably, an hour till dark by the time we get there.
All right. So we're going to be doing this in the dead of night, or possibly camp. I suppose we would have rested on the boat here, anticipating this.
Captain says when he, as we're getting closer, you guys can relax. I am not that evil. We're going to anchor a little bit to the south and near the shore. And first dawn, we're going to do an approach to the island.
All right.
So bunk down, and we'll see you in the morning.
All right. So I double checked. The brooms of flying have a fly speed of 50 feet when they're not at half encumbrance.
Yeah. So yeah. All right. So we do our usual night because we're paranoid.
Yes.
And we do have a cabin to ourselves, which is nice. It's not spacious, but it will mostly fit the dome. Anyway, we make it through the night. Dawn comes. We have breakfast. Captain says, you're up early. That's good. And you can see that we're already sailing towards the island. And I am going to change the graphic one more time.
Oops. Yep, this island was aptly named.
Yeah.
Oh, those trees do not look inviting.
So, our first glimpse of this island is a craggy coast. You can see little pieces of what looks like fortification walls that are all broken and crumbled. Lots of dead trees, lots of flotsam and jetsam in the water.
Yep.
The thing that you notice that's odd about it, besides the desolation, this is a ring of ice that surrounds the entire island, as far as we can tell, at least on this side of it.
Hey.
This goes up about 50 feet, and there's stuff stuck in it, frozen it, and whatnot. Bits and pieces of ship wreckage from not too long ago is in there. This fog does not represent very well what we see.
Okay.
It is actually a very light bluish white color, and it's not stagnant. It is swirling.
Okay. Flying through that might be difficult.
It's not just swirling in a regular pattern. There's also turmoil in it, and it is something that seems to be very chaotic.
Okay. Well, I have a lot of experience with magic involving water, ice, and fog.
Yep.
Because I've used all those elements to great effect in my term as an adventurer.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to take a look at this and see. Obviously, the fog roiling like that is not, and swirling is not natural, but that ring of ice. We are technically in winter at this point, so ice in water at this temperature is not unheard of, but that doesn't look natural to me because it's just a ring.
Right.
I just want to see if I can make an Arcana check to determine.
Go for it.
What we're up to, against here. That's a total of 20.
The DC was really low.
Okay.
Because first off, we just sailed on the coast. and there is literally no ice whatsoever on the shores
Yet.
yet. This is not natural. Nothing about this looks natural.
No. In fact, I can understand why a lot of people are calling this island cursed.
Yep. First off, everything looks dead. Second off, it's surrounded in ice. And
if I could possibly work off that Arcana check, that's swirling fog.
Yep.
I think that would be difficult for us to fly through.
The wind speed is not high.
No.
But you don't know anything about the specific natures of the fog.
All right. I think we should probably just fly slightly lower to the ground, just to be safe.
All right. So, Captain slaps us on the back, says, "Best of luck to you." And this is as close as
he's not going any further.
He is currently, the ship is passing by the island, heading back in the direction of Lyria, about 300 feet off the shore.
All right. Well, in other words, he's giving us one last chance to change our minds, I assume.
Nope.
All right. Well, I'm going to take out my broom of flying.
Yep.
I'm going to speak the spell of command that causes it to fly. I'm going to get on.
Same here.
Yep.
And we lift off.
Yep. I want to stay above the land, obviously, but I want to stay relatively low. I don't want to go too high in the air. Let's just call it 30 feet above the ground.
You're not at the island.
No, but I just want us to fly slightly lower, just
slightly lower when we get to ground, or slightly lower right off the bat.
When we get closer to the island.
All right, so we're going to stay up relatively high. What height are you going to go at while you're over water?
How high up is the rail of the boat?
It's actually not that high off the water. Probably about 40 feet.
All right, we'll stay at that.
All right.
Let's start with.
I would like you, as we leave the ship, I want you to roll a perception check. You can have advantage because my eyes are really peeled. And for the moment, I have my owl out.
13. Lucky number 13, heading to a cursed island.
There you go. Oh, that is a horrible roll.
In Europe, 13 is a lucky number.
Actually, 13 is a lucky number. I don't believe in that nonsense. Anyway, doesn't matter. The stealth check of the individuals that are in the water as we go over the rail, as we're heading above the water, we see a number of things.
Okay.
Underneath the water.
I assume my 13 is not high enough to get more details than that.
No. The only reason why you're getting it at all is they rolled a 1 on their stealth.
All right, I will definitely point those out to you as we fly over.
Yep. As we're flying, I suggest we go a little higher.
Okay. So, how high do you want us to go this time? You pick a height.
Out of tentacle reach?
40 feet must be out of tentacle reach.
This is just me saying something. We go up, let's say we go 40, 50 feet.
Okay.
Sorry, another 20 feet higher. 60
All right, so that's at 60.
Yeah. And we head in. And halfway to the island, a warning bell has sounded on the ship. Someone in the crow's nest is ringing a bell really loud and pointing and yelling, "A larboard, there's something in the water." And then the ballistas are getting armed and something's happening. And just as we are crossing to about here, we hear shots and ballista and some magic is being thrown. The ship is being attacked.
From 300 feet away from the island. This is...
Yep. And you see they're letting all the sails down. They're running for the wind. But this is a warship. It actually outpaces everything in no time.
Yes, it also has enough defenses, presumably, to fight off whatever those things were in the water.
It's not a merchant ship. It's not, something that's weak, and whatever assailed it actually gave up quite quickly when they realized they're being fired upon.
All right, I say to you, well, if we're getting back to Lyria, we're doing it under our own power now.
Yeah, one thing I've noticed in this whole thing, no one mentioned anything about
The return trip.
yeah.
They're probably at least somewhat resigned to the fact we may never come back.
They figure we're wizards. If we succeed, we will let people know, or people will know because we succeeded.
All right.
Because things will change. All
Well,
right.
we'll not be teleporting back, but we could fly back.
Yep. So as we cross over into this crystalline area here,
So this is the ring of ice, which you said stretches out about 50 feet from the island.
very uniform.
Yep. Okay.
And yeah, it's not being bothered by the waves. And you also notice it is considerably colder here.
All right. Well,
The second we cross that ice, the temperature
okay. Yep.
drops by about 10 degrees.
Well, we're both protected against cold at this point, up to,
Yep.
in my case, up to some pretty low temperatures.
Yeah. So we're coming up rather quickly to the actual land. What do you want to do for height? We're currently 60 feet up.
But we haven't experienced any turbulence yet.
It's windy,
Yeah.
but it was windy, and nothing's changed that way.
Yeah.
I would like you to roll a perception check, please.
Yes, I would like to do that first. 10. Unless I have your advantage.
No, doesn't matter. The DC was really low because the wind is going this way. The fog is swirling in the opposite direction.
Yeah, we already knew this wasn't a natural fog.
Yeah. So we are imminent. We are now just crossing land, and the fog is literally like feet away. What do you want to do?
Well, I assume we're not going to be able to see much from the air with this fog.
You can, if you like, roll another perception check.
All right, we'll give that a try first.
You can have advantages. Oh no, sorry. Advantage and disadvantage will cancel out, so just a regular roll.
12.
You don't see much.
All right, I think we should head down towards the land, but not land just yet. Let's take a look further down.
Give me a height.
Let's go down. We're currently at 60 feet.
Yep.
Have that 30 feet to start with.
All right, we're 30 feet off the ground, just above these really disgusting looking trees.
All right.
Now,
Do I
what do
see
you want
anything
to do?
of notice?
You can roll a fresh perception check. Just straight roll.
Straight roll again. 8.
Nothing seems to be catching your eye.
All right. Oh, have the height again, down to 15.
All right, so now we're below treetop level.
We're below treetop level. Hopefully, we can see the ground at this point.
Oh no, we can see the ground because
we just can't make out much detail.
Yeah, it's like this.
It's like that.
You see the ground is a whole pile of garbage, a lot more than what's here. The fog doesn't start right at the shore. It's actually in probably about 40, 50 feet from the shoreline. And then it is a wall. It goes straight up.
All right.
So yeah, you're hovering, I assume, outside the fog.
Yes.
15 feet off the ground and just ahead of us by 20, 30 feet is a swirling, boiling wall of fog.
And I said, part of me does not want to fly into that.
Well, you have two choices.
And part of me does not want to walk into that.
Those are the two choices.
Those are our two choices. All right. Admittedly, we only haven't had these brooms very long, but I think I'll take our chance. I think I'd like taking our chances on terra firma. What about you?
Sure.
All right. Let's land first, outside that fog.
Okay. This is landable. It's terrain.
Yeah.
But from going forward now, consider everything as
difficult terrain.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
It's
we can
not.
always try taking to the air again. I'm going to keep the broom handy at the moment, but
All right. So you land on the ground.
yes.
I would like a perception check, please. You can have advantage this time because we're not going with sight.
16.
All right. There is a sound here.
Okay, that's a good start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not an animal sound because we have not seen anything alive.
Except for possibly whatever was in the water.
Sure. We don't know what that
We
was.
do not know what that was, but it's a possibility it was alive.
Yep. You hear kind of a moaning, wailing sound.
Oh, that's never anything good.
It's quite faint at the moment.
Okay, do I tell a direction? How about a distance?
It varies. Seems to come and go. It's not constant. And
Okay.
then it gets not almost to the point where you don't even need to roll for it to hearing it. Sometimes it's so faint you can hardly hear it at all.
Uh, I did prepare detect magic, but I don't know how effective that's going to be in what I assume is a wall of magical fog.
Ring by magical ice.
Yes. I mean, I'm not sure how effective detect magic would be inside that.
Hmm.
Would it just be I'd be detecting magic everywhere because it's a magical fog? Think? Who knows?
Well, we did get all dressed up. Might as well go in.
We might as well go in. I'm just wondering. I know from experience with using fog, how effective would light be in fog? Not very much, I suspect.
All right. Your spell, fog,
Yes.
a light source, is very ineffective.
Mhm.
You basically, the ambient light here, even with a light source, you're not going to see more than about 5 feet. After that, it's you might as well be blind.
Yeah.
And looking through it, initially it's like pea soup, but you can see see through it. But very quickly, it gets very very dense.
All right.
How
Well,
do
we
you
did
want to
not come all
proceed?
this way for nothing.
Exactly. You want to fly in or do you want to walk in?
Flying from a certain height means we're probably going to lose track of landmarks, such as there will possibly be.
All right. So you
All
want to
right, so
walk?
I'm going to put the bag or the broom back in the bag of holding for the moment.
All right. I'll follow suit.
Yeah. Bring out my staff. So light might have some minor effectiveness in here. Still day, I assume.
It's daylight.
Yeah.
Right now, it's
Yeah.
bright daylight.
In there, it might not be.
Don't know.
All right. Well, we did not come all this way for nothing. I think we should. I do have the rope of climbing. That does occur to me.
What, tie ourselves together?
It's going to be very easy to lose our way in there.
Mhm.
Tying ourselves together might help. Also, it might just hamper us running away.
Also, it might just end up us tripping over something and getting tangled. And
Thoughts on that? It's just an idea.
I think mobility might be something we need to keep in mind.
So, no? Okay.
Just stay within a few feet of each other.
All right. Yeah, let's stay yeah, within a few feet of each other. All right, let's proceed
All right.
into the fog.
Into the fog goes brave Sir Robin. Yeah. All right. We walk forward.
Yep.
And it gets basically within about 15-20 feet. It is thick. I mean, nothing. You can see basically at this point we have to hold hands
All right.
or just both link onto a staff or something. We can't see anything. We have a visibility of probably about 3 or 4 feet, not even the usual 5.
All right. So this is heavily obscured
I would like you to roll a perception check, please.
with
Straight roll.
disadvantage.
No, we're all doing it.
Okay.
Just the funny thing is, no matter how many disadvantages you have, it's still just one.
Yeah, they cancel out.
Yeah.
7.
You do catch that wailing sound, but it seems to be mostly overhead at this point. And the fog is moving. You can feel it going by your face, and you know that cold, damp sensation you have. It is colder than normal fog. It's that stuff that seeps right into your core, into your bones. You can shrug it off quite easily. Fortunately, I have cold resistance at the moment, so
Yeah.
I can function, but I am not happy. This is bone chilling cold, even though it's liquid. It's
Yeah.
moisture seems to be anyway. All right, we head forward at a very slow rate. Difficult terrain is normally half move rate anyway,
Mhm.
but because we're being cautious, we're probably down to about a quarter move rate. Uh, Time goes by, and at some point, though, you feel a little bit of like a almost like a release, like you were going through something that was thicker than air almost, and all of a sudden that's been released. And oh, you can see better.
Yeah.
Hold on a sec. We'll move on to the next graphic. This is way more than you can see, by the way, but I figured I'd just do the whole graphic.
Okay.
You can see about 100 feet now. There's patches of fog that are still massively dense. It's up in the air sometimes. It's down near the ground. It's pouring out of the ground somewhere. Behind you is the swirling fog is still there. It's still a straight wall of it. I would like you to roll another perception check for me, please, with advantage now because we're not in it.
18.
The fog
Mhm.
is filled with ghostly images and specter-like apparitions.
All right.
Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them, and they're all teeming in the same direction like a school of fish.
Okay.
And that is what we just walked through.
Ah. Well, we're no worse for wear for it.
No, it didn't seem to bother us. It seemed to slow our progress a bit, but we don't, you know, don't didn't take any damage.
Yeah.
All right, so the scene we see in front of us, within the 100 feet, by the way, not all this. We don't see all this. This is something we'll eventually get to know. There's ruins everywhere. There's fallen masonry, uh, toppled trees. Nothing's alive. Broken everything. Rocks, cracks in the ground, all sorts of what you would just consider just pure desolation. Mixed in there is about a half a dozen specter like wraiths just sort of skimming along the ground. There's the biggest zombie you've ever seen. He's about 7 feet tall. He's got a club in one hand and he's just hitting things. Every now and then he swings at a wraith. Doesn't seem to bother it. And then there's another even larger creature. Very difficult to describe. He has multiple arms, very distorted, nothing straight. He's very twisted, and he's got a very sideways looking mouth. One eye's bigger than the other. His very patchy, mottled skin, and he seems to be sitting down, poking at something that you can't really see from this distance. As this is happening, a very strange sensation goes by you. It's almost like a wave. And as the wave goes by, the specters wink out one at a time.
Oh, that can't be good.
And then, as it hits the zombie, which I think it is, it falls down.
Okay.
And then as it passes by that other really disgusting looking thing, it lets out this howling scream of agony. And then, as whatever that was goes by, the specters don't come back. The zombie gets up, as if nothing has ever happened, and start poking whatever was poking before. And then that mutant thing, whatever it is, stops screaming, holds his head, and then with more than one alarm. And yeah, that is your introduction to the Isle of Fog. And this is where we'll take a break.
All right, then.